Good morning, everyone. Welcome to American Scouser's morning coffee or tea with American Scouser. It's Friday, last day of June, almost signing day, if you will. So we are here. I have the coffee going, but Kermit is off. He took the long weekend with 4th of July and stuff. Can't blame the dude. So have a different mug instead. As always, with us is Alex on a Friday in the vehicle. What's
Mm,
happening?
Oh, nothing much. Just raining out here in Iowa, so crap.
Yeah, it was like that here yesterday, but I'll be honest, I kind of missed that shit. Because it's been so goddamn dry. I actually was like kind of happy to see the rain. And with us is Kazi over there in his new study. What's happening?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Waking up to some wonderful news for all those Liverpool fans.
Yes, there's some good news. Let's start with the official one that we know that happens. Um, So Carvalho is going to Leipzig, and then we might get something from Leipzig. Supposedly, still that these are totally unrelated deals is what they keep pushing. It's like one of those like, hey, while we're on the phone, how about that other Hungarian dude you guys have? Kind of an ordeal, but I don't know. They might be going hand in hand. Um, Brian Shelton is here with us this morning, as always. Sparky, this guy knows where Sparky is now because he's saying afternoon, so he might be back in the UK or traveling. Sparky's all over the place. Carvalho, will we see Carvalho play for Liverpool again, Kazi?
Oh wow. Yes, I will say yes. It might be a pre-season friendly, but yes.
Okay,
Nah,
that's fair.
no, I do. Listen, I think it's a good move for him. I really do. He's still playing top league football at a really good level for the team who's a really good team in their league. So I'm happy for him. I think this could work out. I'm banging into the idea of Liverpool calling Leipzig and go, we've got this midfielder who's kind of short, and they went, fuck me, we've got this midfielder who's kind of tall, and they're like, oh, because as you know, guys, the only rule is in Liverpool's midfield search history right now is can he run and is he tall? And by the sounds of it, this new lad can fit those boxes, and Fabio Carvalho cannot fit those boxes. So it's really good for him, man. It's good. He's going to play top level football, and hopefully he comes back with about £15 extra in muscle.
Yes, that would definitely help. But I've seen him in like I've only watched Solozabai, right? Hold on. What was it again? Here we go again. Soboslai, says Google. So Soboslai, I've only watched them mostly, I would say, I only seen maybe like less than a handful, like in probably like one or two Leipzig games, but I did watch a lot of them with the Hungarian national team because Attila Salai, who plays for Fenerbahce, plays there. So I've seen him there. I mean, great player. Will be exciting. My main worry again is he just a taller, slightly stronger Carvalho. He can definitely create more than Carvalho, but I still have my concerns. I'm just like kind of like relying on the information of people who watch him a lot that he will be a good fit. So I'm all for it. Alex, do we see Carvalho again in a meaningful game? You get the trickier question.
I I think so. I mean, they made it very clear that they didn't want um they were just going to make it a loan deal, not a loan, an option to buy. So when I heard that, it's obvious that uh they have future plans for them, but as far as future plans go, it's not next season. It's going to be down the road because I think he's only 20, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. Yeah, he's a young kid.
Yeah. So he still has time, and I agree with what Kazi said. I think this is an excellent time for him to, bulk up, learn his style of play, figure out where he fits in over at Leipzig because I, I feel like I feel like he'll do well, and I think that's the right move for him because Leipzig seem to work really well with young players, and I think that's just the perfect move for him.
Did we make a mistake getting Carvalho, or why did we get Carvalho? Did we just see a talent that we can get for cheap and say what's the worst case scenario? Because
Mm-hmm.
when we got him, and then based on the moves we were doing last year, we were like, oh, we must be going 4-2-3-1. This Carvalho kid fits that. Nunez fits that. Like that's what the assumption was. And then we just trotted out the same lineup, same formation where these guys clearly didn't fit. Like I could have told you last year in June that Carvalho and Nunez do not fit that regular 4-3-3 we were playing.
Yeah.
Unless we're making some tweaks. So do we just see if he could catch a diamond in the rough there, Kazi, or what do you think?
I feel like Liverpool sometimes do this. At least I remember with Solanke, at least, and I kind of remember with Brad Smith a little bit, where it's like we'll sign a player who we just think we can sell on for a lot of money, and
Yeah.
I don't want him to fall into that bracket, of course, because I actually think he's extremely talented. But the Solanke thing, it was never going to work. We already knew Alfred Free at the time. We had him for one season. You sell him for 25 million. So there's an argument with Carvalho where you go, just pick up this kid for a couple of million. The Minamino's a good argument as well. £7.5 million as a backup. Do you sell him for 15 million? And it just comes around for good money and it just works out the deals right. I hope not. With Thiago probably leaving on a free next year, there will be a space open for him. So he's probably got the biggest pre-season ever next season because he will get up probably all the pre-season friendlies next season to see where he's at after Leipzig. We all want to go out there and get 9 goals and 7 assists, and we can all rave about him and watch his YouTube highlight clips and think he's the greatest player in the world. Especially as soon as Liverpool lose one game.
Yeah, he's going to be back next year.
Yeah, well, lucky Carvalho's back next year, isn't it? You're like, fucking Jesus, it lost one game. But yeah, so that's what I'm hoping he doesn't fall into. But Liverpool do like to do this bit of shrewd little bit of business where you can pick a kid up or you can pick a player
I wish we did that business a level above, where we, like what you're saying, like, going after Taki, instead of getting a guy that's like 3, 5, 10, I wish we upped our game to get the guy 20, 25, and then sell him for 60, 70. Go get another 20, 25 kind of a thing.
I mean,
like go one step above.
Yeah.
Because even when you triple your money, you're only getting like 7, 8 million profit, obviously, if you got the guy for too cheap.
I mean, it's a great point. It is a great point. I suppose it's, Liverpool and the spending is a completely different conversation altogether. I suppose I'm a bit like you. I would like to take chances a little bit more on players. I think Rodrigo right now at Leeds is worth £4 million or something. His buyout clauses, his relegation buyout clause. He scored 13 goals in the Premier League last year for that Leeds team, and they're absolutely garbage. I'm like, couldn't he come and sit on Liverpool need another forward? Whether we like it or not, we've got 5, and again, Salah goes to AFCON, Darwin, the jury's out, Jota's had their injuries, Diaz has been out for a year. So you're like, could you keep a Rodrigo around for a year, play all Europa League games, play 15, 20 games? Can Liverpool sell him for 15 million in the summer?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That can't, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, but it is interesting. It isn't. I hope he doesn't fall into that category. I think with Thiago leaving next summer, probably, then that might be the spot for him.
Yeah, Side says, Simuchin club youth players not in the position they played better. He forced Carvalho to play as left wing, which was wrong, and in the same time Minamino as number 9. I think Minamino was brought in as an investment. B, I think maybe we were hoping at the time he is the successor to Bobby, like in terms of that creative who can hold the ball, move around a lot, because he did move around a lot, sometimes aimlessly, but he did definitely move around a lot. And I think that's what we were hoping for. Didn't happen with Carvalho. Yeah, I mean, it was just like, so you are too little for midfield. Like, we didn't know. And then you were like, how about you play? And I think it was kind of like in need at the time too. Like, we didn't have anybody there, right? Because Diaz was out.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a need. You were like, how about here? At least you'll get to play, kind of a deal. It's like when you call a dude into a game, like a pickup game, and he's like, he's like, well, at least you're playing, man. Just play defense or something like that. And put him in the back.
There's also an argument as well that it's unfortunate that all our midfielders fell off a cliff at the same time. Because if he was playing around Henderson, say back to Henderson's level and Fabinho early on the season, to his level, who can talk him through football matches, but they had to concentrate on their own game. They were trying to get through the fucking 90 minutes themselves because they were on their last legs. So it's difficult for him to bring a new player in. You've got to be really special like Elliot to kind of play for Liverpool, being that short and that clever and that smart. You've got to be super special. Yeah. So it's unfortunate for him that Simon hasn't worked out, but hopefully next year that Simon can be right and he comes back.
Yeah, Sparky says that 70, 80 million is regular first team, which is fine. I don't know if he's mentioning like in terms of me selling that guy at that rate, but that's fine. If you're making 40, 50 on a guy, and you can convert those 25s to 70, 80 players, then take that 50 profit, go get 2 of those guys now. I mean, I know it sounds, like a factory, but hey, I mean, you got to do some of that. If we're doing it at a small scale, I think this team has the funds to be able to do it in a bigger scale. And I don't think we would mind them selling a guy that high, Alex, if we know that money is going to come back and they're going to go after another guy next year, and then maybe they will combine it to get a guy that we do actually need. Because let's say they get Kone and Thuram, right, for 25, 30 each or whatever. Well, if we realize we're like, okay, wait, we got too many midfielders now, like, Madrid has, then you'll be okay with selling Thuram for like 50, 60 next year and be like, that's cool. We just made an easy 30, and then we'll go get somebody else. And then that's why Sparky says, so should we have sold Mo? But I think we're talking different situations here. I'm talking about you create an surplus, if you will, of talent in some places, and you're like, hey, this guy is not going to get as many minutes. If he's a 70 million, 80 million player and a regular first teamer, he's not going to get regular minutes here because we have 4 of those guys, or we have 2 of those guys in the same position or something. One of them becomes expendable. You take your pick, younger one, better one, whatever, and sell it. I mean, this is what we're doing in the small scale. I just want to increase the scale. And yes, that does mean you're selling first team quality players as opposed to squad players. So that's why you're getting 60, 70 instead of 15, because let's face it, the $15 million guy is our squad guy. Let me ask you this, Alex, thinking of why ignoring Barella for Szoboszlai, I gather Saidu is not very big on him. Sounds like Barella is never leaving Italy. How big are you on this Szoboszlai guy? Here we go again. Szoboszlai, go, Alex.
How big am I on him?
Yes.
So I guess the one thing we do forget, he was in that Salzburg team that we played in the Champions League.
Yeah.
He was kind of like the forgotten man. It was all focused on Minamino and Holland, of course, but he was also in that side that played against us. And I mean, I watch more Bundesliga than you guys do. I think he's a fantastic player that we can get. Yes, Kazi, he can run, and he is tall.
Kazi's standards for midfield are really low, but okay.
Yeah, and he's got a shot, and he has a key pass. So I think he will be a fantastic player for us. I think he fits what we need. I know we were talking about Mason Mount, but as terms as midfielders go, I think he plays a lot like Mount in that aspect, because Leipzig, they have the cream of the crop for attacking midfielders. They got Danny Olmo, they got Szoboszlai, and they got a whole bunch of players that are like willing to play that position, and I think he can fit right in our midfield like we want him to. So I think he's definitely our long-term one. And to go back to what you were saying about Liverpool, and Liverpool just has those issues of not selling those first team players. We see all sorts of clubs around us. Manchester City, they just sold Gundogan. They sold Torres last year. They're probably going to be selling Riyad
Did they end
Mahrez.
up selling Gundogan, or Gundogan just played it out? Did they pull a Liverpool on that one? They pulled a Liverpool on that one, right? Where Gundogan played out his contract.
Yeah.
Did he?
Okay. So, yeah, that was a Liverpool thing. That was unlike City, if anything.
Okay.
But yeah, they did sell Torres. I mean, I know they were shopping Silva for a while and stuff too. So,
and I feel like we kind of have to do that with some of our players. So I wouldn't be surprised. If somebody moves on late in the window, somebody in the midfield, maybe a Fabinho, somebody comes in with a decent bid. I feel like we have to move somebody on though.
I don't know, because then you're back to square one. I mean, you need midfield. I can see if it was somebody in another position. I can see if you said maybe Jota or somebody like that, and then we get 2 young guys there or something like that. But that's the only line I can think of that's this team or squad has, on paper at least, access, barring injuries, kind of a deal. But so let me ask you this though, because Sparky's asking for it. We're talking the same price over here, and why not go after Mount and get an English player?
Maybe, listen, I don't know, to be honest. The one thing I'd say about Szoboszlai, but looking by his stats, of course, it looks like he's got more goals in him. It looks like he's got more assists in him.
He definitely has more assists in him. I didn't compare goals, but yeah.
He looks like a bit more creative. He's also taller, which is also nice.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that I understand Alex's argument a little bit, because we're so accustomed for Liverpool kind of buying to sell, like selling to buy kind of thing. But I think this summer, I think all fans agree from all sides of whatever you stand on the owners, is that we know the money's there and it's time to invest now. We don't want any more big outgoings unless they're kind of surplus. I think it doesn't matter what side of the fence you are actually on. We all know the money's there, and it's time for you to actually just go, this is the summer to put the 200 million in or whatever that is in to get this squad right, and we don't want any big outgoings. The only surplus outgoing I can see, which affects people, unfortunately, is Robertson. If it happened. Only because if Liverpool are going to convert to a 3 at the back, he will not fit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And we
Doesn't
all...
he played left like of a 5 for Scotland, though?
Yeah, but he's playing alongside Scott McTominay as well. Fair play to him. But, I mean...
yeah, exactly, yeah.
It always makes you laugh that when I see United games and McTominay starting centre-mid, I'm like, they're starting Scotland's centre-back, centre-mid. There we go. But, but picking up what the other comment was on Barella, the difference kind of thing. Barella's 26, Szoboszlai 22.
Yeah.
Barella's naturally a centre midfielder. Szoboszlai's more of a right-hand side, like number 8, basically Henderson's role. I think he's just a natural replacement for Henderson. We all want Henderson to go into the Milner role. And I think that's what's happening with Szoboszlai. I think it's Szoboszlai saying, hey, and also if we are going to be doing this, the new Trent hybrid kind of thing, a lad who can run loads and loads and loads, but which sounds of it, this Szoboszlai can run loads to cover Trent and cover other positions, then that's why we're probably doing Szoboszlai. But in going back to the comments on Mount, I don't know. And I can't comment because I haven't watched enough of Szoboszlai to kind of comment. Maybe it could just come down to the argument that Mount wants United. And that's absolutely fine as well. Mount just wants
I don't know if he gave him the option, though. That was more like, I guess, what's on the menu.
Yeah.
I'll eat it. It's just like, I mean, that was the only team that was willing to keep negotiating and pay that much. And we did not. Like, nobody else wanted a piece of that action. I find that odd, personally, that nobody else, like Newcastle or somebody, didn't say.
Oh, did he just go? The Mount just goes to his agents, I only want United. Just tell everyone else I only want United. And that's that. Because let's get it right. It's very rare for Liverpool to be paying 250k a week for a player who just comes straight into the team. Usually they have to build themselves up by earning that kind of wage, like a Salah or a Van Dijk. They all, on their second renewal of contracts, they all got that wage. But on the first contract, they didn't get that wage.
Yeah.
So it is rare for Liverpool to do that as well. So maybe he is, unfortunately, I hate to say that, but the cheaper option as well. But, again, age profile, the Szoboszlai looks like the guy. It also kills me that he was born in the year 2000, which makes me feel absolutely sick. But there we go.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I don't know if I'm shocked we were not in for Mount, actually. Like, that's what Chris is saying. I kind of thought we would be. The word was, you never believe the word, but then it kind of made sense. And I think the plus would be the English player side, which we're going to be hurting with as we kind of get towards the end of the window, unless we do some moves. And, sadly, all the guys you have eligible to sell, unless we sell like Thiago to like the Saudis or something like that and get some money for him, all the players that you're eligible to sell do not help those numbers, like Kelleher, Nat Phillips, and stuff like that. None of them help your cause.
The only one is Kostas.
Yes,
he's the only one,
which I'd be totally okay with. I'll be honest.
It's the only one you look and go, he could, or Matip, because he's got a year left on his deal. If Liverpool are going to go and sign a centre half, sell Matip, and then you can do something like that. But it is probably the only one who's really surplus. So you say your surplus is Kostas.
Probably. Brian is calling all the Saudis out there. Yes, to come get Thiago, probably. I mean, that's the only player I can think of that the Saudis would even be interested in, though, right? I mean, they're not, bringing Henderson in. Heck, Liverpool fans don't appreciate the dude. God, I mean, how are the Saudis going to be like, oh, yeah, Henderson? Liverpool fans who watch the guy basically run this midfield year after year don't appreciate the guy. So I know a random Saudi is not going to be like, oh, he's a machine.
I'm banging, by the way, I'm banging to the idea of seeing Jordan Henderson at this age run around in 40-degree heat. Bang into that idea. Who's he saying? Like, come on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but when I woke up, I looked at the phone and I saw like a notification from FootMob. I was like, oh, and it was Carvalho. So hopefully tomorrow morning, when we get up, it's going to be that. I also woke up to this. I mean, which, one of the worst kept secrets of all time category. Our away jersey. Do you like Minecraft, Alex?
No, this is the first. this is like one of the first kits that we've had in a while where I was like, really? We went with this design? And like, it went through multiple people that are like, yeah, you know what? That's a good design. I can't believe there were some people that were like, yeah, that's a good one.
So you're not buying this?
No,
Okay.
no.
I mean,
No.
honestly, anytime a jersey comes out, and this is why, like, anytime a jersey comes out, there's like huge arguments, and we don't argue over a freaking t-shirt. Some people are gonna love this. Like, it's not for me, but it's not this. Everybody's like, oh, we should have gotten rid of Nike and stuff. I mean, whatever they come out with, somebody's gonna like it, somebody's not gonna like it. So
Yeah.
I don't even like. And every time there's a discussion, like somebody is going to win the argument. They're like, "Oh yes, you're right. It is shit." No, man. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. See, Chris says he loves it. Run the 96 quarters. If you don't like this, you need your eyes checked. Well, you know what? My eyes do suck. Actually, I'll give you that.
Say it all the time, right? It is, and they actually said it is based on the 96 away kit. I always say this about kits. They're only nice kits if you're winning them. So, for example, I remember that orange one like 4 years ago. Everyone was disgusted.
Yes, that was sweet.
We won. It was like 9 games away from home. We played them and won 9. So everyone goes, "Oh, we like that kit." Do you know what I mean? So it's like if you go out and win games in the kit, everyone hates the away kit last year. That weird stripe,
the oil spill one,
the oil spill kit, because we never won a game in it.
Yeah,
every time we
exactly.
fuck's sake, they're wearing that kit again. It's like, it is what it is.
Online scout Richard Hutchinson says he's better than everybody on that list. So that's shrewd business for us then. For 60. This is kind of like the jersey. Whoever Liverpool gets, there's going to be somebody not happy about it.
Yeah, he's actually all those players rolled into one.
Yes,
it's one of those players. It's just
with a touch of Hungary in it.
Yeah.
But put this in perspective, though. You're talking about that 96, that team. I was 2 years old when that jersey first came out. I was 2.
mean, the thing is,
why would you even have to bring that age thing up?
I know.
Right? Was that fucking necessary? Not really. First thing in the guy.
We always rave about that jersey because it is a nice jersey, but also we beat United away from home in it. Fowler's chip and stuff like that. You remember games that you played in these kits? That's why they come iconic. Remember that? I remember the horrible Warrior purple black thing.
Oh yes, Suarez.
In the 13-foot, everyone goes Stoke away from home.
Yep.
5-3. Everyone always goes to a game with a kit. I remember under the New Balance, the toxic green kit. I remember Sturridge at West Ham. We won 4-0. He took it around.
That toxic green kit actually is my. When I played, we had to wear green, so I wear that toxic green kit. And honestly, for all those people who rave about New Balance, quality-wise, that shirt did not last a lot of watches. To be honest with you, Richard says. Richard is our insider, man. Liverpool is better than City and Real. Something tells me Richard is just a hater. But
let's just say we do things more above board than them 2 clubs.
And it's more legal than City. So
yeah.
there's always that. And this is how Elliot is looking at that jersey. That should say it all right there. I mean, like you say, it is what it is. It was out of all the jerseys, I like the purple one. This is like the third kit, I think is that one, right? And there were a bunch of people complaining about that. So you're never going to win with jerseys. And every year is such a huge discussion of people beating up each other. He seems surprised. I've kind of given up on Elliot's hair at this point. That's why
I can't comment on hair, bro. I can't comment on hair. I'm just going to stay out of that one.
Well, that too, yeah. I mean,
let the guy be.
He doesn't have to rock a hat, at least. Like Kazi and I do. So this is actually hot off the presses. Alan actually sent this to me this morning as a link because he did get, this is like a couple of hours old now, that he's in police custody, being talked to about his good old racist days, I guess, when he was in Lille sending emails left and right. What do you make of that story, Alice? Because there's a lot of stuff. I mean, the one thing I did see was him saying something along and I guess this is just a tidbit of it or a sense of the emails that he said something like there were too many Black and Muslim players, whatever the hell that means. So, and not in sounds like based on the tone of the other emails or this email, not in a happy kind of way he's saying this. So what do you make of that story? I mean, this dude is already on his way out, but Now, what do you think the punishment would be for a guy like this, or should be for a guy like this?
I mean, there's no other way of saying it. I mean, if it's that egregious, it has to be a life ban. To be honest, if we're banning fans, if we're banning fans for racial slur chants in games, and we're giving lifetime bans, then a coach at a management level like this, he should also be getting a lifetime ban. And I don't think that'll happen, but I think his career is kind of like over. As you know, any European club, his career is over. No one's gonna wanna take a risk, especially with somebody that's like that at the helm. There is no like apologizing. There's no defending what he said. Of course, I don't know. We don't know the extent of what he said, but if he's saying things like that, there's no. I mean, his lawyer is going to come into the meeting room. He's like, "All right, we got nothing to work with. You might as well just plea deal. If this is what they're telling us is what you said, and exactly like Richard said, stop racism. And it has to. It's some. There has to be a line where we're at, and it sounds like he stepped over that line, and he was freed. He felt like if he, let's put it in perspective, if he was comfortable saying that in an email, then I think he would be comfortable saying that out loud.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's definitely said it out loud. He's just like typing it now. What was the last guy we talked about? Because we talked about this maybe like 5-6 months ago. I remember with Polish Prince. Was it like a second division guy or something like that in England? Remember that?
It was also the Champions League final referee winner.
Remember? Oh yeah, he attended a meeting, but he just happened to be there.
Oh yeah, he was there for the food, wasn't he? He was there for the sandwich.
Yeah, that was the guy that was talking about. He was there for the food. They were serving smoky. But no, there was like a coach. I can't remember the incident now, and I thought it was like in second or third division in the UK. I want to say, and all he got was a year. And we were actually, I remember talking with Mateusz about how lame that was for a year. This is like you're saying, Alex. I mean, if we're banning fans for life, Kazi, this is a guy in a power situation in soccer, not just a dude yelling in the stands. Shouldn't he be held to an even higher standard?
Yeah. Yes.
Chris goes to the strip club just for the buffet, by the way.
I mean, Chris, I'm exactly.
Buffet or what? I don't know, but let's.
But listen, he should never be around again. He should never manage again. As Alex said, if he's very comfortable saying that in an email, what's he said at home, what's he said, It's a mad thing about racist, man. You can't get recognised when you wear a bed duvet, unfortunately. So these guys are just in plain sight. Does he like people who score goals for him? Does he like those ones? Is that his attitude? It's just disgusting, really. I can't, it's 2023, man. Jesus Christ, give it a break. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It's just, I can't even comment, really, because it just makes your blood boil, really. It just makes you feel sick. And again, this is a manager who I thought, at least, that he is one of the most probably sought after managers, not probably outside top 4, but clubs below that.
Yeah.
If he would have went to Spurs in the summer, everyone would have went, well, yeah, it's about right. That's, you know what I mean? This is he won the league at Lille, he had a good record. So, yeah, kick him out, never be gone again. But as you say, Tim, and I probably agree with everyone, he's probably not going to get the punishment that he deserves. Yeah. And a slap on the wrist. And that's
said by itself that we're kind of we already know, right? We already know here that it's not going to happen. What we want to happen is not going to happen. And this is why this problem will keep coming back. Richard, we were talking about this earlier, Richard, about Thiago. We were hoping sending text to the Saudis to come in and get him for 50, 60 or something like that. Chris says, punch your local racist in the face, poke him in the eye, kick him in the teeth. But when somebody, and to me, I know when this news initially came out, I read about this, investigation kind of thing. And you would think that there was a lot in the investigation for them to be arrested, that we talked about. They went and asked the Turkish players that played under him in Lille when they won the title, like Burak and Yusuf and Zeki, and they were all, I don't know why he says Zeki, like in English it's Zeki actually. I still couldn't say it. It's Zeki. Anyway, like I always say names in an English tone, like you guys would freaking mispronounce it, so that the general public can get it.
So you mispronounce the names to help with the English, even though you know how to pronounce the names. That is absolutely.
I've done that with my own name. Like my mom is like, dude, that's not even know your name. I'm like, yeah, I'm just trying to make it, easier, make life easier for everyone. It's like, you're not gonna say Timuchin, so why don't we go with Timuchin or something like that? Like meet somewhere in the middle.
That's so good,
But yeah, that's the thing. It's like, they asked those Turkish players and they were like, oh no, we never felt it, blah blah. But obviously that's when the going was good, and I'm sure he wasn't sending these emails to the Muslim players and be like, by the way, I don't like you guys. And I would think, based on the context, Alex, that it was not something that was just taken out of context, and he's not complaining about players doing during Ramadan or something like that. There's like a lot of stuff happening there that they would arrest them after the investigation.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be pretty substantial if the French police are arresting him based on this. I mean, they must have a lot of evidence against him for them to make an arrest.
Yeah, Sparky is making him the next Real manager, following Ancelotti over there.
I'm banging into the idea of him starting Camavinga, Tchouameni, and Bellingham sentiment. Bang into that idea.
Yeah, let's see what comes out of it. Like I say, that news just came out a couple of hours ago that he was arrested for like questioning and stuff like that. I mean, that just says that it's pretty darn serious. You don't normally. It wasn't just like being looked into by the federation kind of thing.
That's one plus that we have here, guys. And at least I know it's a small one, but the police have got involved. Where that doesn't really happen in football.
Yeah.
Tribal issues. We've seen racism happen before, and it's only football federations who ban the players. So the police have got involved, which is awesome. So
yeah, I mean that's what Chris is saying. They don't do shit normally, so it must be pretty darn bad what they came up with.
Yeah.
So some weekend predictions over here. I've been hoping something happens before Monday because I don't want to go on the Monday podcast again, and I don't have enough hope to spill around to both those guys. But Kazi, do we get some signings over the weekend over here? Something that makes it official, or maybe Monday morning or something that will save me moving on to Monday shows?
I think it gets announced Sunday at the latest. I just think Liverpool are waiting for this month to be over. I think the payment plan's already been spoken about and it's been set up, but we're just waiting till tomorrow to activate the deal and go, right, 9 a.m. tomorrow, great, here's the money and here's how we're going to do it, and basically put the contract through. Paul Joyce doesn't tweet unless it's really far down the line. He is the bulletproof guy where we all rely on, kind of thing. Him and Ornstein, really. So when Paul Joyce says Liverpool are basically forcing this deal through, that tells me it's probably done by Sunday. But the one thing I'm going to do over the weekend is try and learn how to spell that name, because my God, it's never going to happen.
I just freaking listen up. Can you hear that?
No.
No? Maybe it doesn't play at the same time. Sorry.
I want to learn how to spell it. He's going to be great in Scrabble, isn't he?
Yes, he has to be. But that's, of course, like Alex was, before the show, Alex was talking about Matush coming in to save the day because he likes a new consonant too. But yeah, they're from different countries. We had to inform. We had to pull out the map to show Alex who's where.
Yeah.
And Chris says, I honestly thought, and I still want to, I don't trust Google because Google always like screws up Turkish names sometimes too. I should put my name in there and see what the hell it says. Actually, let's do that. But it's like I always thought that was like a j sounds. So it was more going to be like Zhoboshlai or something like that. So
I like
I'm rolling with that personally. But Google,
I like the name Dom. I think Dom's a great name. Let's just go with Dom.
That works.
Dom,
that works for me.
Big Dom. The big get that Hungarian Dom.
Yeah, it was gonna be like Zobo. You know what? No. Let's just call it Dom. Fuck it.
Yeah. Get that big Hungarian Dom lad on. Fucking get him in there. That's all that's gonna happen in most pubs. Get that Hungarian kid on.
Yeah.
The handsome Dom.
Like his Dom hurts? Like, Dom's got a knock.
Get that handsome kid on. Go on, get that fucking handsome kid on. Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's right. So you are saying come Monday there will be some news.
Yeah, I think it's Sunday. I think it'll be done by Sunday. I genuinely think it's done. but they're just waiting until 9 o'clock just to basically put the paperwork through until it's released.
That's really what I'm thinking. This first week of July is where I'm going to kind of keep the optimism, and then I'll be like, what the hell is going on if nothing happens by this time next week?
We first heard about the Carvalho loan to Leipzig 3-4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's a loan deal for the 19-year-old. It doesn't take 3-4 weeks to get it sorted. It's a loan deal for the 19-year-old. What are you discussing? You discuss wage and the loan fee, that's that. So it doesn't take 3-4 weeks. So Liverpool have been discussing this and getting this down the road. And I think we're very, very close, which is exciting.
Alex, give us a prediction here. Are we going to be happy? All these doom and gloom guys going to be, and they're still going to be doom and gloom. Some of them live that lifestyle, but are they going to be slightly happier to see one new signing?
Yeah, I think we will. No, they'll probably wait until we're done with the podcast. They're like, oh, is Gallagher done?
They're ahead in time. Even if they do it on Monday, we should catch it for the morning show.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can share the news of French police arresting people. So first thing in the morning. So we should be able to announce a signing on the morning as well.
God. I can't wait. By the way, Alex, you don't like that kit. Wait till you see that dumb lad in this kit and you're going to go, you know what? It's okay, I quite like it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what's going to happen.
I'll buy it.
Yeah, exactly. As soon as
you'll buy it.
Yeah, by the way, I think he's going to be one. It's like Alexander Arnold. No one's getting his name on the back because it costs £2.50 a letter. I'm sure the Z is like a $5.
Just put Big Dom in the back. Or not even, you know what? Even say further, just put Dom in the back.
Just put Dom on his number. What number's he taking? Should we have a bet on that?
Let's get him first. I'll give him any freaking number he wants.
Does he have an 8? He's taking 8. I don't want another Leipzig centre mid coming in and taking 8.
What is he right now?
I don't know. My wife wants his number.
This research department just sucking over here. Let's see. Maybe I can see some images of him and catch his number 10.
He's a 10. He's
a 10.
Ooh, okay.
Well, he's a 10 for Hungary, right? He's a 10. Let's do this. Let's get a 10. Oh, and 17. I see some with 17 for Leipzig. I think he's a 10 for Hungary, actually.
He's not taking Curtis Jones' number, mate. Fucking Curtis Jones is our best centre midfielder right now. There's no way he's taking that last number.
Jones is gonna be like, back the hell off, Dom. Chris says, what is the record behind you? We made this famous, I think it was last week.
Yeah.
We introduced to the show, again, your record.
Yeah, that's...
There's only one record behind you, bro. You were like, this one?
No. That's Gorilla's Clint Eastwood record, signed by the band. And that, there is their platinum disc from the first album. There. Yeah. That's the platinum disc from the first album, which a friend gave me, so... Yeah, I'm a Gorillaz fan.
Apparently, yes.
Yeah.
We kind of put 2 and 2 together on that one.
Yes.
Well, let's hope we'll play some Gorillaz or something and get some trademark violations on Monday's show. But hopefully, if Big Dom is, I'm playing some Gorillaz next time we get together.
Yeah.
Just put his phone number on his jersey, says Alan. Either way, let's get him in. We'll freaking find him a number.
I genuinely showed the picture to my wife this morning. She went, Jesus Christ. Even I was like, I've never had that reaction ever. And I'm married her for 7 years.
Really? Hold on. Now I gotta $10. Okay, I can already tell you.
Go on.
I'm gonna show him to Angie, and Angie is like his chin.
So next Friday, we need an update on for all wives and girlfriends what we think of this new lad.
Yes, let's do a survey. What do the girlfriends and wives think of Big Dom? Attractive or no? This will be the most inappropriate poll we have done. But I can guarantee you, I can tell you right now because of the chin, because I can't remember who it was. I don't know, like Brady or Brad Pitt or somebody, and she was like, his chin. I was like, chin, what? But then again, as we were talking before the show with Kazi, these are women who chose us, so their taste is very questionable from the get-go. So
even I look at Sabozli and go, I mean, babe, it's, he
looks just like you, Kazi. Chris has just got flagged by Facebook for a bunch of racist comments. Facebook is a gem. I'm sure
Uh.
this will get off the air too because I read it online. But hey, what are you gonna do? Okay, people. Have an awesome weekend. Get your phones out, notifications on, so you can hear it the moment it happens. Not from us, but from whatever app you're using. You will hear it from us Monday morning. The Polish Prince is back in town from his honeymoon / wedding / partying trip. So he will be joining me Monday morning, and we'll be talking about all these signings. And I'm telling you guys, there will be at least one, if not more. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. I've been kind of pushing this concept of the 1st and 2nd of July, or like the Monday, to be a big day where all these rumors were going to happen and ping, 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 and then everybody's going to shut the hell up.
I like
That's
that.
at least my hope. So we'll see if that happens on Monday. And I go.
The Polish Prince has made Jack Grealish look like a churchgoer. That's what he's been doing. Manny, the Polish Prince was back in town.
Yeah, let's see if the married Polish Prince, Polish king, whatever he became, let's see if it's a whole different dude on Monday. He's a lot more whipped than he was before he went to the wedding. So we'll find out. Have an awesome weekend, everybody. Thanks for joining with your comments and likes and stuff. Last day today for the giveaway. So if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, you should today, because today is the last day. So yeah, Chris Trent says the Polish fool. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what he says about that on Monday. It should be a good one. Take care, everybody. Have an awesome weekend.